Are right in time for Twitter Jabs 2, where we are going to take a deep dive into the subject matter of the Twitter Jabs this morning, which is the Uganda Water and Environment Week 2022. My name is Sandra Kopp, and in studio I am joined by a very important gentleman, Mr. Geoffrey Ayeni Walker, and he comes from the Walker Association of Uganda. Mr. Ayeni is a climate change activist, and he works for climate change. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Sandra. Thank you for hosting me.
Oh, thank you for gracing us with your
you.
presence on such a short notice. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I would like to talk about the theme this year. Why peace and socio-economic transformation? Why is that this theme this year?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sandra. This year's theme is water and environment for peace and socio-economic transformation of Uganda. So this year, we decided to include peace in the theme because you cannot have a you cannot transform economically without peace. So we are looking at peace as a vehicle to take us to the socio-economic transformation of this country.
Okay,
Yes.
Is it because also, like lately we have had the internal domestic terror attacks, and people have just been, they have been unsettled, and they're saying there are the imminent terror attacks coming through. So I think peace is really vital for
Yes,
for
peace
this
is
to
the
happen.
key to every success. Without peace, you cannot succeed.
There cannot be progress.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
so what is, like, you have done this Walks for Climate Change. It has been a couple of years now, and you've been partnering with this event and Ministry of Water and Water Research Institute,
Yes.
which is a huge part of this event since 2018. So what your work this year, what are you setting out to accomplish for this work?
Yes, first of all, this year, the work is Work for Water, Environment and Climate Change. And it's going to be a 450 kilometers from Kampala City to Lira City via Eastern Uganda. So we have several activities during our stopovers, starting from Namamve industrial area.
Yes.
We are looking at Namamve because of the industries. And when we are talking about environment and climate change, we cannot leave the industries. They contribute. First of all, if you look at the theme, they contribute towards socio-economic transformation of Uganda. They also contribute to pollution of environment. But now we are working with them. We are trying to see how we can collectively work together to eliminate some of these effects of climate change, and also to create awareness. So those are some of the activities we are going to do, starting from Namamve, from the flag off, which is on the 3rd. This is a walk for 15 days. It is a 15 days. Yes.
How is that like?
It's fun for us because we always prepare physically, mentally, and financially. We prepare for this. So it's fun. I would even invite you to join us in one of our walks one of these days, if you can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we have several activities with the district local governments, and then the city councils along the route. Like Jinja, we have a huge activity there with the city council, and they are mobilizing industries within Jinja. We are going to engage ourselves in cleanup exercise. We're going to
Cleaning up the city.
Exactly, to have awareness creation. It's a collective effort. Yes.
It is.
Yes. So we have several activities that in Jinja we are also looking at how we can eliminate plastic pollution out of Jinja city. Jinja being one of the area that hosts the source of the Nile.
Yes.
And source of the Nile is part of life. It is the water that generates electricity to run
the
this
hydropower.
economy. Yes, and there are a number of industries around. So we found it important to do a campaign of protection and preservation of River Nile from plastic pollution. Yes.
I think this is quite important, especially with the accelerating, changing weather patterns because of this. But now let's look at your other fight. Like, you have been walking for several years now, and you've been planting trees. One of the themes of this year is deforestation.
Yes.
As well. What's in the works for that this year around?
Yes. Yeah, as you mentioned, we've been walking since 2017. My first walk was a one-man, a 320 kilometer.
320 kilometers?
Yes, one-man climate change challenge walk, which I did as a one-man, but eventually I found many people joined me.
Yes.
Right now we are very many, but it started as a one-man walk. So that was the first walk from Kampala to Kapchorwa, and it was in partnership with the Ministry of Water and Environment. National Forestry Authority supported me with seedlings, and Worldwide Fund for Nature was part of the
campaign,
the organization that funded me financially to do that work. As a result of that work, we distributed seedlings to some groups in Kapchorwa, and along the road we also have different CSOs who benefited from seedlings given to them by the National Forestry Authority. That was the first walk. The second walk was a walk from Kampala to Kasese, which was a walk for 1 million trees. And this walk was partly in partnership with the Worldwide Fund for Nature to commemorate what they call Earth Hour Day. It is a day celebrated by Worldwide Fund organization and its partners. So out of that work, we were also able to plant about 2,000 tree seedlings as we walk, but we also gave out thousands of seedlings to interested tree planters. The fourth one was again Kampala to Zoka Forest in Ajumani.
Yes.
That was a 500 kilometer walk.
And this was because of illegal tree cutting in
Yes,
Zoka
yes.
Forest.
We looked at Zoka Forest as one of the central forest reserve that is under threat. There's a lot of illegal activities going around. So we thought by walking 500 kilometers to Zoka Forest, that would pass a message to these characters who are destroying our environment. And that was a walk, our first walk for Uganda Water and Environment Week, because the ministry eventually incorporated this walk as one of the pre-event activity of Uganda Water and Environment Week.
Yes.
So we started with the walk for Zoka Forest. So in the course of the walk, we engaged the community, the local governments. This walk actually, we partner with the ministry and all the district local government authorities along the route.
way.
Yes, because they are part of the government.
Yes.
Yes.
And they are at the community level.
They are the
to
community,
sensitize
they are the one who
locals.
sensitize, the one who mobilize, the message we pass, event after the walk, they also
carry
on. And also that seedlings that National Forestry Authority gives to districts after the walk, they are the one who distribute to groups and organizations to plant. Yes.
I can imagine it takes a lot to walk 500 kilometers, you and your team. What are some of the challenges that you keep on, meeting through your walks, and how can this be mitigated?
Yeah, some of our, at the moment, our challenge is mainly to find a decent accommodation on the route. Okay. So we are trying also to appeal to to interested groups or organizations who can donate for us tents, because in a day we walk for about 40 to 45, 50 kilometers. But sometimes when you walk, you will not be able to get a decent accommodation after completing that day's walk. So we are still also looking for how we can have tents and the camping tents so that we walk comfortably. But about other things, we are supported by the ministry. Ministry and its
Water and
partners.
Environment
Yes,
and the partners.
exactly. They facilitate all our needs, including emergency vans, staff, and then the media. They actually pay for the media who move with us all through. So I must say what we need maybe is also support from the local media houses along the route, because when we walk, we can't walk and then the cause is not being aired.
Yes, it's not being.
So we appeal to all those medias along the route to help us and magnify what we are trying to talk about.
Yes. Taking you back to deforestation, approximately how many trees have you planted for your cause, fight against climate change?
Yes, in our walks, we plant more than 5,000 trees, but the trees donated as a result of the walk, it's now in millions.
Wow.
Yes, I'm sure the NFA,
National Forestry Authority.
yes, they have the records, because every time we walk, they also come and promise to deliver seedlings to the districts where we have walked through. So I need to get the information,
on that.
Yes, the data.
I noticed that one of your stopovers will be in Mabira Forest this time.
Yes.
Around, what is your activity going to be there?
Now, in Mabira, we are going to have what we call Forest Walk. This is to showcase our beautiful forest. We're going to have guests of honor, State Minister for Environment, to work with us there. You know, she has been very instrumental in protection of Mabira Forest and other forestry, central forest reserves. So we're going to have tree planting activities. There are numbers of interested partners, organizations, corporate companies who are trying to identify areas within Mabira Central Forest Reserve and then plant trees in commemoration of this year's Uganda Water and Environment Week.
Okay, Mr. Walker, if I may call you, can you please speak to the people out there? What should they expect from this Uganda Water and Environment Week 2022, and how can they take part if they want to partake in this?
Yes. First of all, the Uganda Water and Environment Week is an event organized annually by the Ministry of Water and Environment. This is in commemoration of the 3 important environmental days. The International Day of Forestry, which is on the 21st of March. Then International World Water Day is on the 22nd of March. And then World Meteorological Day on the 23rd. So these are very important days for us as humanity. You know the importance of water, Sandra.
Absolutely.
Yes, we can't live without water.
Water is life.
Water is life.
Yes.
So everybody who is a beneficiary of water should be part of this. You can participate by contacting the Ministry of Water and Environment. At the moment, there are meetings going on. This is an event that welcomes everybody. You know, the issue of environment affects everybody.
Everyone, yes.
And we want everybody to get involved in this. If you can walk like me, use your walking talent to create awareness.
Yes.
If you can dance, if you can run, if you can ride, do it for environment.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir,
Thank
for
you.
coming through and
Thank you.
giving us all that information, because many people don't actually know what this day is about, and it is the fifth of its kind, like I said, and this year's theme is Peace for Socio-Economic Transformation. Well, you had that from Mr. Geoffrey Ayeni Walker, and is from the Workers Association of Uganda. He will be walking again this time around, and he's walking for climate change, for public health,
Yes.
and all the other causes for this year's theme of Uganda Water and Environment Week 2022. Well, that's all we had for you on the second part of the Twitter Jabs this morning with me, Sandra Cope. But don't go anywhere, because Siobhan is cooking up something in the kitchen. Don't blink.